Well, this is an Origin game with a difference. This is Townsville, where the locals bleed maroon and the enemy comes in two shades of blue. Here is Tom Trbojevic, too quick. And Tom Trbojevic picks up from where he left off, scoring tries in Origin.
Yeah, you know, he's a great player and really left his mark on the game. So didn't put the performance we wanted to put out there tonight. Very disappointing.
Short side, Luai, Mitchell, he gives it to To'o, who scores on debut. Last play, here's clearing, short ball, Sims keeps it alive, To'o dives in, he has a double, and it is all the Blues.
Sure, that's brilliant from Tarek Sims out to To'o. They're never gone, they're never dead, they're never buried. This is Queensland we're talking about.
They've got them shot here. Capewell to the outside, beats Trbojevic, and the Maroons hit back.
They're in form. A lot of their players are in form. Our players are in form as well. We got a good calibre team as well, but unfortunately tonight they just wanted more. That's all I can put it down to. And it's pretty embarrassing that we played in our home state in Queensland and we couldn't get up for it.
Here is Luai, keeps it going. Trbojevic with the kick in for Mitchell. New South Wales extend the lead.
You know, the way our middles played and generated momentum and allowed us, you know, outside backs to play a lot more expensive footy, and, you know, we reaped the rewards of that.
Paul Green anxiously watching on. Luai's away. Mitchell back on the inside. Chased. He hands it off. Trbojevic has another one. They're storming to victory in game one.
It's been ferocious from the outset.
Coates puts it down. Mitchell comes up with it. It's a blue night in Townsville. They have visions of 50, given their dominance here in this contest to this point. Here's a chance. Daniel Saifiti.
You know, some of the stuff that the rest of the team are doing tonight just made my job really easy, and you know, I just had to support them.
Clearing is away. Tedesco back on the inside. He cuts back to the outside. Shows it for Tobo Tom.
I think our outside backs were outstanding, along with Teddy. You know, that just wow. I couldn't believe what they were doing tonight. Just absolute freaks.
It's a night to remember. New South Wales record their biggest ever win in Origin football.
We've got two games. We've obviously got another one in Queensland, which helps for us. We need to repay our fans, especially the way we played tonight. We need to be better. It's disrespectful to the jersey.
This is game one. We're well aware that nothing's been achieved as yet.
You know, it's obviously nice to win, but doesn't mean anything unless we go to Suncorp and take it to another level.
Yeah, Brad Fittler's right. There is still two games to go in this series, but let's find out what went wrong for the Maroons last night in game one as we welcome in Queensland coach Paul Green. Greeny, thanks for joining us. I know it's been a tough day for you. Have you been able to make sense of what's happened last night in Townsville? It was quite the horror show.
Yeah, but when you have a closer look at the game, I think, you know, we created some opportunities. We just failed. When we got those opportunities, we just failed to build pressure on them. And then often off the back of that, we'd turn it into points. I think, you know, in particular, our last play options, we just really failed to build pressure there. And, yeah, look, really disappointed with the result and, you know, a little bit embarrassed about the scoreline, to be honest.
At what point during the game did you start to have some real concerns?
Well, as I said, I think, you know, we created some opportunities in that first half in particular. I felt if we could have got some points just before half time, we had a set start coming in there. You know, if we went into the break at 20-12, you know, that wasn't a bad salvage from that first half, I felt. But I knew we had to score first in the second half, but, you know, we failed to do that when we had a scrum start there, and, you know, hopefully I was hoping we could have built some pressure off the back of that, but didn't really come up with much. And then they went down the other end of the field, as I said, and got some points. So, you know, 26-6, that's pretty hard to get your way back into, given the time on the clock at that stage.
Greeny, Josh Papali'i, Kalen Pong are both available for the next game. Are you looking at changes, including bringing them back into the side, and any other changes for the Queensland team?
Well, look, I think, Josh, he's a bit of a no-brainer. He's been one of our most experienced Origin players, and we got towed up through the middle there, so he'll certainly stiffen that up for us. But it's only been a day yet. We need to review the game properly. But when you come up with a scoreline like that, I think certainly changes is probably one thing you need to look at.
You said some interesting things about the team's preparation in your post-match press conference last night, and I'm wondering, what did you learn about Origin coaching as it's different from club coaching over the past week?
There's probably not a lot that's different, other than because of the quality of the opposition. When you're off, and might only be 4 or 5%, that really hurts you. And if you got a few people like that, then as I said, it really hurts you. Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing.
All right, so when you talk about not wanting to come down too hard on players through the training week, was that you trying to balance sort of your intensity, natural intensity as a coach with the hype attached to Origin, with the view not to sort of overcook your players?
Yeah, and also a little bit of trust in the players as well. They're good players in their own right, so you've got to give them a bit of latitude. But I think in hindsight we probably could have tidied a couple of areas up. It was disrupted given different people weren't available at training throughout the week, but that's not an excuse for the way we played.
So, Grady, how do you shut down the two New South Wales fullbacks who play in the centres?
Yeah, look, I think you need to, first of all, get some control around the ruck there. That way you can cut down the time they have to play. But, they were outstanding last night. Their whole back five, I think they ran for, more than 800 metres. So, they really laid the platform for them. I think they had something like 70 carries between them, which is unbelievable.
So this is obviously the best of the best playing each other, but the big part of this is also confidence. How do you rebuild the confidence in your team before game 2?
Yeah, look, we need to be accountable for the performance to start with, but we very quickly need to move on too. It's a 3-game series. There's no for and against here, so it doesn't matter what the scoreline is. We need to get over that and get our head around game 2. Nothing's changed for us. We still need to win 2 games out of the 3. We're just down 1-0 in the series. All
right, Paul Green, commiserations on the first game last night. It's on again in a couple of weeks, and we really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us on NRL 360 tonight.
Thanks, guys.